Yes, I
Yes,
hear
I
you
hear you
perfect.
perfect.
Okay, now I think
OMG! We
We
are
are
live.
live.
Let me tell
Let
you
me
guys
tell you guys
something.
something.
Sometimes
Sometimes
technology
technology
is
is
crazy.
crazy.
Let us
Let us
know if you
know
could
if you
hear
could
us
hear
and
us
see
and
us,
see us,
because I'm
because
still
I'm
getting
still
an
getting an
echo.
echo.
But the
But the
show
show
must go
must go
on.
on.
No matter
No
what
matter what
happens, the
happens, the
show has
show
to go
has to go
on.
on.
Right. And
Right.
I'm
And
so
I'm so
excited
excited
because
because
we
we
have
have
guests
guests
here.
here.
Masha,
Masha,
oh my
oh my
God,
God,
former
former
international
international
supermodel.
supermodel.
I am
I
so
am so
excited.
excited.
Now
Now
turned
turned
transformational
transformational
coach. She's
coach.
also
She's
a
also a
dating
dating
coach.
coach.
She's gonna
She's
have to
gonna
hook
have
me
to
up.
hook
She's
me
gonna
up.
have
She's
to
gonna
hook
have
me
to
up.
hook me up.
Yes, yes,
Yes, yes,
yes.
yes.
Welcome,
Welcome,
Masha.
Masha.
thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Trisha. It's an honor to be here with you.
You
You
are
are
definitely
definitely
most
most
welcome.
welcome.
So,
So,
you have
you
had
have
me
had
on
me on
your
your
live
live
also, and
also,
I
and
was
I
like,
was
I
like, I
have to
have to
interview you.
interview you.
Like,
Like,
your
your
story
story
and your
and your
journey is
journey is
so
so
inspirational,
inspirational.
and I
And
think
I
a
think a
lot of
lot of
women
women
will
will
definitely
definitely
learn and
learn
get
and get
inspired
inspired
by
by
your
your
story.
story.
So, what
So,
I
what
want
I
to
want to
ask you
ask you
first
first
is, where are
is,
you
where are
from?
you
Where are you
from? Where are
originally
you
from?
originally from?
So I always explain my story like I'm from Slovenia, and then nobody knows where Slovenia is, and then I give Melania Trump as a reference because she's like a famous Slovenian. But I was born in communistic Yugoslavia before everything broke apart. So yeah, I had a difficult upbringing, like really harsh, and communism. It's kind of takes a toll on human psyche. You feel like very suppressed. So yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
So,
So,
did you have
did
to
you
do
have
the
to do the
training of,
training
like,
of like,
is that
is
like the
that like the
Soviet Union
Soviet
at that
Union at that
time?
time?
Yugoslavia was never part of Soviet Union, that bloc, that Eastern bloc. But yeah, the same mentality, the same, the same kind of
Rigid.
political, yeah,
Like,
political
you have
Like, you
to
have
system.
to
do
do
gymnastics, you have
gymnastics, you
to
have to
do
do
great in
great in
school, like
school,
all of
like all
that.
of that.
Yeah, it's hard to explain to, for an example, my American friends or other Europeans how it was. But I'm gonna give you like an analogy, and you're gonna understand better. For an example, the country was so hermetically closed that I didn't. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The country was so hermetically closed that I didn't know what bananas are until I was 5 years old. I didn't know what pineapple is until I was 8. I didn't know what color pink was because we've never seen it. Everything was limited. We were
Wow.
fed only limited amount of information. We didn't even know like all spectrum of colors. So yeah, it was interesting.
Oh. So it was like a dictatorship type of thing. Even television
television
was
was
like
like
tampered
tampered
with.
with.
They didn't
They
tell
didn't
you
tell you
guys the
guys the
truth of
truth
what
of
was
what was
going on
going
in the
on in the
whole
whole
world.
world.
Exactly. Yeah, it was
Oh,
dictatorship.
Wow.
That must
That
have
must
been
have
a
been a
shock for
shock for
you.
you.
Yeah, I mean, when you are born into this kind of little bubble,
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
know any different. So, but I always knew that there is something more. And then, we would cross the border to Italy, and I would see all these colors and Barbie dolls and all these things. And, then you kind of realize there is a different world, out there. So that kind of made me want to always travel and move and
So
leave.
you
So
were
you
like
were like
right by
right by
Italy.
Italy.
Yes, we share a border with Italy and Austria and Hungary. That's where
So you
Slovenia
could
So you
is.
could
drive or
drive or
take the
take the
boats,
boats,
or how
or
do you
how
get
do you
over
Yeah,
get
there?
it's
over there?
1 hour drive to Italy.
Oh,
Yeah, from
wow.
my
Wow.
hometown, from the capital.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So I'm
So I'm
thinking you
thinking you
probably
probably
you
you
moved to
moved to
Italy
Italy
after high
after high
school, or
school,
tell me
or
a
tell
little
me a
bit
little
about
bit
that
about that
transition
transition
from,
from
like,
like
what you
what
guys
you
have,
guys
prep
have, prep
school
school
to high
to high
school to
school to
college.
college.
Yeah, we have 8 years of middle school, and then are different types of high school. So you have a lot of examination and a lot of stuff to do to prove yourself to come to a good high school. And there, after high school is university or some kind of college program. Yeah.
And that's still in your country. So did you want to leave after college? Or?
Oh, yes. So I always knew that I wanted to leave. So I was modeling during my student years. And when I got my diploma from my university, the first thing I did, I bought one-way ticket to India, and I left and I never came back.
Wow. So tell us how you got into the modeling.
So I think I was the first fashion show I've done when I was 8 years old. And we were on a summer holiday, and they were organizing this event, on the square. And somebody spotted me, and I just to do a child, like kid collection or whatever. And then I was scouted at 17 and signed a modeling contract. And then I went abroad. I went to Milan and Paris and, Austria a little bit, but I never kind of enjoyed those big fashion cities. I was always so attracted by different cultures and something so much more exotic. So I moved to Dubai, first to Turkey and then to Dubai. I worked there for a while and then to India.
Oh, nice. One of my favorite places to go is Dubai. It's so safe there. Tell us, you must have some modeling stores there. Like in Dubai. Like, tell me how that was.
That is so different than, what you experience in normal fashion capitals. So for me, that the biggest cultural shock was that we were not in models' apartment like in Milan or Paris, but we were in a beautiful villa where I shared my room only with one girl, not with 8.
Oh, I'm not like in Milan.
We had a driver that was driving us around. We had a chef. We had a maid. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then the casting was not really a casting like you would see, like hundreds and hundreds of girls lining up like you would see in Milan, but you would come to, let's say, advertising agency or production house. You would sit with a, production team or your creative director. You would show your portfolio, you would talk to them, and then they would call you for a job. And before they would invite you for lunch, they would give you mangoes and gifts. And I was like, this is
amazing. That's one thing I know. When I worked in Dubai one time, my PR was like, no, they want to sit, talk to you, get to know you, have food together, like get your personality, know everything, and then they'll hire you. It's not like
so personal. And they have this woman that dresses you, and you have to try clothes. There's a little lady that comes and dresses you. You don't need to do anything. It's so comfortable and easy, and you feel such respect. You don't feel like you are a product. How sometimes in fashion you feel like you're a product. You really feel like you're valued, you're appreciated.
Right. I think the good thing is though, in that country, in those countries, they really glorify your type of beauty. Like the blonde hair, the white porcelain skin. That's they put you on a pedestal. Did you feel that way?
To be honest, my hair naturally is black. Like yours, probably.
Oh, okay.
So I was coloring that time my hair even darker black, and I have light eyes, like bluish green eyes. So that kind of worked in my favor. But in India, yes, all the skin care brands, they're looking for fairer skin. And like whitening products, they're obsessed with whitening skin.
Lightening.
Yeah, lightening, which I feel bad for women to be discriminated by the color of the lighter or darker skin. it was heartbreaking to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have a discussion about that on my live soon about skin bleaching because it's so rampant all over and so many women struggle and it's bad for you. It could cause cancer, all these different things. But because of the rewards, they think they'll get better jobs, they'll get a husband, more money. It's just and you saw it firsthand living in
Yeah.
India. So you get to India now. I'm like on the journey with you. I'm like,
It's, it was hard to see. We were, I remember this like it was yesterday. We were shooting a TV commercial for Honey, and we were playing volleyball. And the girls, we had to like practice the shot, and the sun was hard. They started to cry, and they would leave the set without getting paid because they were afraid to get tanned.
really?
It was heartbreaking for me.
So the Indian models who were on set and you guys are in the sun, they did not want to get a tan. They didn't want to get darker. So they left the set without getting paid.
They left the set without getting paid, or
Wow.
they would cry.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, that there are some things about the industry that this was many years ago. I think we have come a long way, not only in India but globally. So I do think that we are now celebrating all the shapes, all the colors, and cultures.
Yes. It's better now, but we have, so, I'm like, as a model, plus size model, I've faced the fat shaming, the colorism, like everything. And I know women still struggle with it, so that's why I'm so passionate about empowering women. And it's something we have to talk about because it's there. It's painful, but nobody wants to talk about it, but we have to. Definitely. That they could change their mindset.
It's so true. And you know what is really interesting? What I experienced in India was racism. And I felt how racism feels, because Indians, it's a very closed culture, and they see women with less clothes, or let's say sexualized, only in Western, let's say, porn movies or magazines. So a normal Indian, when they are not, majority is not well educated apart from upper class, and when they see a white woman, they think the white woman is easy and it's sexually available. So it was very, very difficult. I would not be able to go alone anywhere. It would be very dangerous for me. I had a lot of stalkers. And sometimes people would think because I'm from the West, from Europe, I would be, like open for anything to sleep with them or whatever. So when I would, kind of object, they would say, "But you're white."
Ooh, so that means if you're white, you're easy.
You're easy.
Wow, it's such a learning. This is why I love like speaking to everybody from all over the world and listening to people's experiences because it's so it teaches you so much. Wow, Masha. So that's India. How long did you live there?
I lived there for 5.5 years.
Wow, but you loved it. I'm sure the culture, the music, the food, you enjoyed all of that part.
Yeah, it was, it was hard when you come like in no name and you struggle and you live in poor conditions and everything. But yeah, I love India. Yeah, in general, I love it.
Right, you must have met some incredible people.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah, I would say, I have part Indian in my family, which I do. On my grandfather's side, yes. A lot of Jamaicans are, they call it, we're out of many one people, so we're mixed with a lot of different things. Yes. That's why I love international.
That's amazing.
Yes, definitely, yes. So, how did you become now this really successful entrepreneur, like making millions. You got to tell us about that. Because so many women think that, not only women, men too, of course, that's the top of being successful. We're making millions of dollars and you're young enough to spend it and enjoy it and travel and I'll do all the stuff, buy whatever you want. Tell us a little bit about how you got into that. Like you transitioned from modeling. Were you still modeling while you're dipping into the stock market?
So to be honest, when I decided to leave India, I decided also to stop modeling. It was like all my life, I was already 30 years old and I thought, I have a law degree and I need to do something with, with what I studied for. I want to have a little bit more security because, it's being a freelancer as a model. You never know, what month you're going to have, good or bad. So I wanted to grow in some way. So when I opened my company and I moved everything to Barcelona, it just started something that was a giant leap of faith. I borrowed a lot of money from some bad people, to be honest, and I put everything. I had a business partner. She used to be my best friend, and half Jamaican, by the way. But I put a lot of money. I mean, we put everything on that project, and we really worked day and night, and we really made it happen. So from that, when our partnership ended, I was doing my own things. I had 4 restaurants. I had a renewable energy project. We did all.
So at this time, you're single. You're a single woman, or you're still single. Wow, that is awesome, though. That's like, go get her. That's incredible.
It's. To be honest, I know now, looking back, that it was all the drive came from that fear for survival. It never came from a place of who am I, what I want to share, what I want, what I want to give, what is my purpose. It came from I need to survive, I need to make it. So, despite it making millions and millions of euros, I was very, very unhappy.
Really? So you have millions of euros and you're telling me you're unhappy.
Yeah,
Explain that a little more.
I mean, I wouldn't say like unhappy, like 24 hours a day depression, but I was very unfulfilled and very unsatisfied. And then I got married. I thought maybe I was missing that. I always was thinking, oh, the next thing I have to up level my company and open another company. And I opened one company in home country and in Poland and in UK and in Spain, 3 companies. And all the time.
So wait, Masha, how did you keep up with this? I mean, I'm sure you had a team to spread out your enterprise all over in so many different countries. But what happened to you? Like, did you have help? Like a lot of help?
Well, yeah, of course you have a team, and in so many ways it was chasing that level of being enough.
So you're totally in your male energy at this time.
Yeah, and I always felt like I'm not enough, and I was all the time chasing what is gonna make me feel that I am enough, because I never really knew who I really am.
Wow.
Yeah, that was.
So now you're in your 30s. So where were you living? I guess you were living all over the world at this point, because you're a multi-millionaire, all of this fabulous stuff going on. Where were you?
So I was in Barcelona, Spain. I lived there for many years. I got married to a Spaniard. And I think when, my ex-husband was a politician, and it's a long story, he did many things to make me like accomplice on, not really, but I was not really accomplice.
You were married to him.
I was married to him, and he
Yeah.
was accused of money laundering for a political party. So all my wealth, everything was taken away from me. I found out that everything, Tricia, everything until the last dime. And then I found out that he is going and sleeping with prostitutes all the time. And I had no other choice than to leave. And I was really, that was the, you know, the bottom, that when you hit the rock bottom, that was my rock bottom.
My God. So you this time you're in your mid-30s, you didn't have any kids yet.
No.
You probably were thinking of that's the next step and all of this. And then the government came down on you guys, everything just like, you just had to up and leave.
Yeah, everything was, all my assets were frozen. They still are. I probably never. I also discovered that my husband is fertile, how you say, sterile? Sorry, sterile. So, I mean, you know, thanks God that I didn't have children with him.
Yeah.
And I was basically completely broke and homeless. And, you know, I didn't want to stay with someone that's cheating with me, on me. So I just packed all my belongings and left, and I started to sell some stuff like watches, some jewelry to keep me afloat.
Your resourcefulness came and just took over. That little girl that was always that fighter, she probably just kicked back in, yeah?
Yeah. And you know, it was hard because it was I had 8 months of really hard depression, like insomnia and, you know, a little here and there suicidal thoughts. So it was really a black hole. But there was a sign from universe that was really magic that was given to me. Then I kind of was given hope. You know,
and what point was that? So you moved from Spain. I'm sure you have, maybe you didn't have a plan, you had a plan.
So
how did you transition? That's why you're a transformational coach.
Yeah, and you know,
you lived it.
Yeah, and I've done it so many times. I've reinvented myself so many times. You know, we are, of course, telling my story super, super fast. So I moved from Barcelona to a small town, Valencia. Well, it's the third largest city because my sister was living there. And of course I had no funds, nobody, even if my sister would pay for me, nobody would give me an apartment to rent because I was, you know, financially persona non grata, let's say. And there was probably, I've seen 35 apartments and everybody would say, no, we don't want to rent it to you.
Wow.
And then there was this ad about this building, and this building name is CREA, which in Spanish it means, with exclamation mark, let's say imperative, it means create, like you go create, you know. Create. And it's written with large signs all over the giant walls of the building. And there was only one apartment that was available to rent, and it was on the 7th floor. My lucky number 7, and the number of the apartment was 714, which is my birthday. I was born on 14th of July. And they didn't want to see my bank records. They didn't want to check me out. They said, yeah, of course, it's yours. You can move in tomorrow.
Nice.
And I, you know, to be honest, I knew that I am supposed to be here, that all this that is happening to me has a meaning. And I think in that moment, I took my power back to change everything.
That's why I always say, you know, our pain can be turned into purpose. And that's what you actually are doing right now. So you have to let me know. You do the dating coaching too, relationship and dating. So now you move into your place. You're still in Spain, yeah?
Oh, I haven't started coaching yet at that point. So then I kind of went on exploration who I am. I had no clue who I am, because when we are stripped out of our roles, I'm not a boss anymore. I'm not a wife anymore. I'm not this anymore. Who I am? Who am I? It was for me. I didn't know what is my core identity. I had no clue what are my strengths, what are my gifts. I had no clue. So it was that exploration day and night. That's what my program is all about, that I kind of, with all my research that I've done on myself, I unlocked my potential and I really discovered what is my purpose in life. And then I went to study psychology and I did coaching certificates, and I started coaching, and I moved to United States.
Oh, wow. So you if someone is going through, they don't know who they are, they probably are a millionaire too, they have all these businesses, just like your story. They probably, maybe they didn't lose everything, or they're going, their life is just seesaw, and on the inside they're not in love with themselves. They still don't know what their gift is, their anointing is, what their purpose is. What do you do in your program for women like that to transform and really love their purpose and their desire and live the life they really want to live?
So it's a 90-day, this is a 90-day program. I have several programs, but this particular one goes on for 90 days. And first, we really go deep into the childhood and childhood experiences and our roles. And we kind of strip a little bit of that away. Then we start with there's a lot of testing involved. Personality testing, we talk about passion, we discover your passion or define, where your interest is and where you can develop passion, because people think passion is found, but not passion is developed. Then we see strengths, there's a lot of psychological testing and conversation. And then we go into life synchronicities and gifts, and it's very comprehensive. They can read all about it on my website. It's MashaPinsky.com. And at the end, you know exactly who you are, what is your truth, and what is your purpose on this planet.
Yeah, because if you don't know what your purpose is, it's so sad. I mean, just take you as an example. You had all those millions. I'm sure even if it was stripped away from you, long down the line, you probably would still have that urge, that yearning to know who you really are. So you probably would still go on that journey to find yourself, even with all the millions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so. But I think, when a soul gives you a nudge and you don't reply, then it gives you a little slap and you don't reply and you don't follow with that nudge. And then the universe just says, okay, I'm just going to take everything away from you. And catastrophe happens. I think when we don't follow our soul calling, something happens. People have bankruptcy, they get into a terrible accident, they lose their part of their body, they get terminal cancer, they get divorced. Something happens that wakes you up.
Yeah, it's kind of like you need that, as you say, that nudge to get to the next level, to really, it's an awakening. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
Like a big awakening. So what advice would you have for the ladies and gents who are not living their best life? They're running down the money, they're running down the love of their life, their career, but they're not getting it. It's like, oh my God, I can't break through. I can't find that love. I can't level up in my career how I want to. Because there's some people, they have great careers, but they don't know who they are. So that's people, those are the people that you work with in your transformational coaching. And of course, we didn't even talk about the relationship and dating coaching.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, with I'm a relationship and dating coach for one of the biggest matchmaking companies in the world. We actually are the only matchmaking company that does coaching. And I'm also an image consultant, so I change their image before they go into matchmaking process. And
Wait, back up. So let's for everybody who's listening. So you are one of the dating and relationship coaches for a top matchmaking company.
Yes.
In the world.
Yes.
And can you say or no?
Yeah, master matchmakers.
Okay.
They had a reality TV show for 8 years on VH1 called Tough Love. So I think people can Google Tough Love, and the episodes are on YouTube even. Yeah, so.
You know what I'm getting addicted to? Married at First Sight.
Oh, I've never seen that.
It's so fun. I watched it last weekend. I was like, whoa, this is intense.
Oh, really? Oh, I have to check that out.
Yes. So, Masha, you got to give some advice on the dating and the relationship. Give us like two tips or something that we could do, to enhance our dating.
I think
finding out what.
It's so personal. Because everybody has, that's what we do over the course of 4 weeks. We discover the patterns, because I think there are a few reasons why you are single. Either you have patterns that prevent that manifestation of the one, or you're living in a fantasy world that you have high standards, right?
That list.
Yeah, that list. And I have clients like this with the list that bring me the list, and I mean, I sometimes have a good laugh. Yeah, sometimes it's crazy. The lists are crazy, or you are not ready yet. There are a lot of women that come that after divorce, after their husband passed away, they are not ready yet. They're emotionally not there. This is the most common, but then you have all the colors of the rainbow.
Right. But so what can we do if you're someone who are newly divorced? What's comfortable for someone to start dating, or if you just came out of a long-term relationship? Do you advise jumping right back into it, or getting to know yourself, or diagnosing what happened to your last relationship?
I think the first thing that I would say to everyone, first, love yourself and know your value, and set a set of boundaries. And remember, as a female, this is very important, female energy is receptive, and female energy is stagnant. It doesn't move. Male energy is moving, that's how the
sperm meets the egg.
Yeah, exactly. Male energy is moving and is going after the female energy, and it's active and it's expansive, and female energy is receptive and nurturing. So when we change those roles, it just doesn't work. So
wait. You hear that tea? That is an amazing tip. So it's kind of like testosterone, estrogen, all that deep stuff.
You don't need to chase anyone. You just need to invite. A female energy invites. That's a smile, that's a look. We invite with eyes, and smile, and body language.
I'm doing the most right now.
You don't need to do anything else. And let him chase you, because male energy likes to chase, likes to hunt. So you don't need to give everything because what happens, what I tell my clients, and this is a rule when they work with me, it takes 10 dates for a man to develop emotional connection with a woman. If a woman can develop a connection after one date, oh, he's so amazing, we have so much in common. Women are very emotionally open. And what happens? Woman sleeps with a man because she thinks if she's not going to do that, he's going to move to somebody else, right? But if a man is not emotionally invested, he's going to move to another brighter, shiny object. He's going to move to another one. So you have to give time, and I give it 10 days to connect emotionally with a man. Otherwise, you can risk of this relationship.
So how do you connect emotionally with a man?
Well, you have to get to know him, and he needs to get to know you. It's through conversations, through different activities. If you ask my husband, I met him through, matchmaking company. He would always say that I was the first woman in his life, and he was a big player, that he fell in love with me over the phone because I wouldn't want to see him. And he would have to take time and talk to me. And he fell in love with me over the phone.
Oh my God, Masha. When did you meet your husband? And then my other question is, was it online or your physical matchmaker said, okay, I'm matching you with so and you, that was it?
Yeah, it was, when I came to the States, I wouldn't date. And my sister and my brother-in-law, they would introduce me to probably 20 men that were all very successful and whatever. I never liked anyone. So my sister was kind of getting worried. So she contacted the matchmaker. The matchmaker called me and she said, just be open. So I talked to her. I think she spent 3.5 hours with me on the phone.
Ooh.
And then she said, I have 3 men that would be perfect for you. And I said, okay, why don't you give my phone number to all 3 of them, and then I can talk to them and see if there's...
Did you see them? Did she show you their pictures?
No, not yet.
Wow.
And then she said, I just want you to meet this one first. And, he's this plastic surgeon in Palm Beach. I want you to meet him first. So then she sent me his picture, and I was like, oh, that's not my type.
Not the type thing. There we go.
And I remember that she said something to me that I keep repeating to my clients. She said to me, it's not what you want, it's what you need.
When I went through relationship coaching, my relationship, guys, she is on spot because my relationship coach, I had like 2 relationship coaches so far. And that's one of the main things they do to you. Shout out to Paul C. Bronson. Yes, that's the main thing. Yes, it's what you need, not what you want.
Exactly. And, she told me, some stuff like he is a lot shorter than you, a lot older than you. And I just wanted to be open. I just went on a date. And I was thinking, what do I have to lose?
Yeah.
And it was just a 6-hour dinner. We couldn't stop talking. And, of course, he had to chase me for a long time and fight for me. But he's the best thing that ever happened to me. Yeah, he's the most amazing person.
That's so sweet. So here you are. You're living your desired dream life now. What can you tell women? How does it feel to have that? I'm sure you still work in progress in certain things. But that's why you're a transformational coach. This is why you do what you do. You want other women to live in their purpose, no matter what they've been through.
Yeah, I think I feel so strongly and so passionately about that. I think Oprah said it in a way that, our purpose in life is to use our gifts that were given to us by God. So I think that when you kind of discover your calling and you really accept yourself, your story, and the whole ugly and beautiful parts, and you know who you are and what you have to offer, and then just live your purpose and follow your calling, everything else comes to place. Because when you are in this position of loving yourself and walking your truth, everything happens. That's how it, manifested for me. Everything just came together.
Wow.
Just go after what you want.
That is awesome. That is such a blessing. And tell us where they could find you to see if you're a fit for coaching and mentoring and relationship and dating coaching.
So they can go on my website, mashapinsky.com, www.mashapinsky.com. There you have a little button that says Let's Talk, and you can book a call with me, or they can join my Facebook group, Life Potential Unlocked, where I post every week and videos and Facebook Lives, and it's a nice bubbly female community, so that's fun to be a part of too.
Okay.
Telling me that
I don't know.
I don't know. But hopefully you guys can talk to amazing and you. Everything will have to if it's like, But thank you for coming on. It's amazing, and it was lovely to hear your story, your journey through this amazing life. Definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
See you.
See you.
Bye. Bye.